Hello everyone, welcome to the program Inside Life with Sonia here on the channel Black Empress TV. I am your host Sonia Okojero, and of course this is our first episode here on Inside Life with Sonia. Today we're going to be talking to some persons on the whole coronavirus pandemic and how it has affected them personally as individuals. And these individuals are all teachers. That is one thing they have in common. Walk with us on this journey. Welcome back from that brief commercial. Now, like I said before, today on Inside Life with Sonia, we're going to be meeting some special guests who are all teachers, by the way. Remember, we are all in a period right now that the world at large is on a standstill. We're talking about the whole coronavirus pandemic and how it has affected different individuals in different fields and different endeavors in life. And today, our focus will be on teachers, especially here in Nigeria, Delta State. Now, let's meet my guests in the studio. I start off with my immediate left, Miss Faith. Can you introduce yourself properly now? Yeah.
I'm Miss Faith Onogabo. I'm a private school teacher by profession. Well, I'm glad to be here. All thanks to my host, Miss Sonia Okojero.
Thank you very much. Okay, now to my immediate right, I have the person of Mr. Tega. I guess you're going to do better. Tell us your full names, actually, so we'll know. Yeah.
My name is Mr. Tega Apolonio.
Okay.
I'm an empowered teacher.
Okay.
I'm glad to be here.
All right, and then to my far right, I have the lady smiling. From what I gathered, she is my, she bears same name with me. So let's see. Yeah, your name, please.
I'm Miss Sonia Okojero. I'm a private school teacher.
Yeah, so another Sonia on set today.
Yes.
Glad to have all of you here today. Okay, so let's get down to business now. I'll start off with this first question. I'll give this question to Miss Sonia here to my far right. We already know very well that for the past 4 months, precisely here in Nigeria, coronavirus made our schools to shut down around late 20s of March, in the month of March 2020. Now this is the first week of August. This is over 4 months. Schools have been shut down. How has it been for you without a job, basically, for the period of over 4 months?
It hasn't been funny, I must say, but we thank God we're thriving. Well, what do? We don't have to force our employers to, pay. They told us that, of course, there is no fund to pay our salaries, but of course, we have to try our best and look for other means to survive. We can't just depend on just the salary alone. So
that's true.
But
so I'll still give the same question to Miss Faith here. Over 4 months now, how has it been for you? How have you been feeling, coping with not working?
Wow, it's terrible, really. This whole situation is alarming. Well, our salary has been pending since March. We've not received any salary since March. We can't force our employees to pay us since they're complaining there's no funds to pay. And it's terrible based on the fact that we never knew it to be like this because we all used up our salaries at the end of March to survive for the month of April. So starting something after this, during this period is very, very, very difficult because when you can't meet someone to help you, nobody's willing to help. Everybody's complaining. In fact, it's not easy.
As a man, how have you been coping without a job for this period?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank God for being there for me for the past 4 months. Luckily for me, I have an alternative and business doing
good
while doing my empowered job. But ever since then, the federal government has been doing well until June last month. And they stopped paying us our salary. So, and my business is thriving. So, with that business in place, I think I don't have any reason to complain for now.
Okay, now the first thing I really want to draw attention to is the fact that reports generally, have it that private school teachers are the ones that are mostly affected by this whole coronavirus lockdown, and then schools are shut. because public school teachers, from what we're made to understand, they are under the payroll of the government.
Yeah.
So they are not going to be affected that much, whether they work or not. The government is going to find a way to definitely pay them something, even if it's going to be there's going to be a pay cut.
Yeah.
But at least salary will come. But for private school teachers, and that's why I decided to reach out to all of you here, because you're all in the private sector, aside from Mr. Tega here, who works with the federal government through the Empire scheme, which is nice, by the way.
Yeah.
But now I want to ask another question. I'll direct this question to Mr. Tega here in the building. Yeah, you said something about the fact that you have a side hustle, like a business. So what exactly do you mind sharing with us, and how have you been coping with this side hustle alongside your teaching? Because some teachers complain that private schools in particular, they don't give you time to have your own business. I know some schools that they will keep you from as early as 6:30 in the morning up until maybe 4 or 5 p.m. Before you go home, you're exhausted. And then your Saturday, sometimes they call you for meetings, for seminars, I know a school like that they use every day available to you. So how has it been merging your business and then teaching before now?
Thanks for the question. Well, let me say that I study accounting and finance, and I know how to manage time. And secondly, you cannot compare public school to private school.
True.
But in public school today, we have time for ourselves, being teachers. And my business is something I do with my phone. Somebody can call me, take into something, come and give me. The best thing I will do, I'll take permission from my headmistress. I'm going to some place, I'll come back. Maybe break time, it's okay, good. So break time, so now allow me to go. Now, I close by 2.
Okay. That's in the public school,
Yes.
now where you volunteer.
Yes.
Okay.
I close by 2. Then, sometimes, I teach in primary 6. Sometimes, we do have lesson for primary 6 pupils.
Okay.
So, as the weekly basis, maybe I will run this week. My
Next
partner will run next week. So, I will commit myself this week. Then, I will use next week for my business.
Personal.
If anybody call me for my own personal, I will say, okay, wait till next week. Unlike the private sector. The private sector, the time is not there. You will see people like my friend here. Sometimes before 7,
She's out of the house.
she's out of the house. Maybe late in the evening, she will return. And such person, I don't think you can have alternative business doing.
Okay, yeah, we've listened to you now, but for the ladies here who are fully into private teaching, private school teaching, do you really think it is? But because the first thing everyone is saying is, okay, as a teacher, you're supposed to have a side hustle. Side hustle is the main thing going on now in Nigeria. Everybody wants you to have a side hustle. So do you really think, based on what you had, the time your employer gave to you before now, Miss Faith now, do you think it's really possible for this side hustle thing to be done?
It isn't. Like my school where I work, the proprietors, they don't allow a staff there to bring her business into the school, because it's really possible for you, like somebody who is into baking and pastries, you can bring in your stuffs for sales there, but she doesn't allow it. And there's no time really. 7 a.m. you're already up for school, you come back by 4 o'clock. What time do you have to rest? What time do you have to take? If you are a married woman, what time do you have for your children? What time do you have for your family? So it isn't really easy. And I think if there will be a chance for us to do our business in the school and make it a way it won't affect the children, the staff, and the school, I think it's very good. It's good to have a side hustle, especially as women. As women, we need to be there for our families financially. But since it's not there, that's why we are really, in fact, we are really crying. We are crying. Yeah.
Okay, now let me throw this to you, Miss Sonia. This is, let's assume that your take home per month is, that's another thing I really want to talk about first. How much? I'm not expecting you to tell us your salary now.
Of course.
Yeah, but can you give us a range? Usually when they ask you your salary range, they ask you, is it 1,000 naira to 10,000 naira, 10,000 to 50,000, like that. So I'm going to throw it open to everyone now. I'll start with Sonia. Your salary range, is it between, I'll give you 3 brackets. Is it between 10,000 naira to 50,000 naira, 50,000 to 100,000, or 100,000 to 150? I'll start with you.
See why I'm laughing? Do you know why I'm laughing? Because both of us know that there is, in this environment that we are in now, I don't think there's any private school that pays up to 60,000 naira.
Okay, so it's going to be between 10,000 to 50,000.
Let's just say 10 to 30 or.
Oh,
50.
not even up to 50.
No, up to 50.
So 10 to 30,000 naira.
10 to 30, 15
Wow.
to 35, thereabouts.
Wow. Okay, so I'll throw the same question to you already. I think everyone
I
knows your
don't know
salary,
that
so
question.
I'll come back to you. Everyone knows your salary because you are an Empower volunteer, so 30,000 naira is your take home every month. Okay, now let's throw this to Faith. On a scale of 10,000 to 50,000, or like she said.
No.
Okay.
Mine is 10,000 to 20.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Really?
Facts. Yes.
10
you
to
can-
20,000.
Yes, that's our take home range every month. And most times, sorry to say, we don't take home that money at the end of the month.
Wow.
Most time it's extended to the following month and maybe the middle of the next month before we are paid the salary of the previous month. So, in fact,
Wow.
we thank God.
This is really, for me, it's really shocking and revealing because I used to think it would be between maybe 20, let's say 30 and above. Okay, now we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll talk more to my guest here in the studio. Stay with us. Inside Life with Sonia continues.